Hello, Justin here, and we're on the Blossom server. And behind me, this little wall is storage for my iron farm. I don't believe I showed this off last episode. I think I actually recorded an episode and then decided not to release that one. It was just me plumbing up water line, which I'm about to show you anyways. But yes, we have this working iron farm. I had to actually change the design for these guys. I went off of, I guess, a slightly older one where the pillows are on the beds was where those white was where the diorite slabs are there on each of these. So they only had the one spot, and then there was a composter above two of the beds, and then on the back side. I'm guessing it's open. No, it's not. Okay. So you see all of them, they can get into bed just fine. They pop out onto this spot just fine. They can reach their composters, because you can see all 6 of them have jobs. Before I was running into the issue where they didn't all have jobs, and they all couldn't get into bed for some reason. So I was running into that. Also, even though it would work like every once in a while, we weren't really getting iron golem spawns. So that's why I put these pads up top. You don't actually need them. It just adds more spawning space, but you see that guy actually spawned pretty quickly up there and over there. So I just did it for like redundancy. Just I thought I'd be able to view myself through the glass. Just so that I could actually get more spawns and get more iron. Up top, that guy shouldn't have been able to spawn in there. Where'd he spawn at? Probably over there on the redstone. It'll be fine. He'll die. I'm gonna go show you. Never mind. It doesn't even matter. I was gonna say I'm gonna go show you the sorting system in a moment. Let's actually go put a torch over there. I guess. I almost jumped in myself. Would not have been good. So we can do this. Come over here. I'm just gonna put this here. He must have spawned. Yeah, everything else is. He must have spawned right there. Literally right there. Okay. I'll put another one here. There's iron golems down below. Oh, I guess I could have showed you. So up there, there's an etho hopper clock, or an Ethonian hopper array, as I've seen it called. That has 1.5 stacks of items in it, and we're pulling the signal off of one side, off of just this right side. So whenever it hurts a certain strength of redstone, because I have it with 3 before it hits a repeater that then powers, or the repeaters that then power the pistons. We have a zombie down there. Hey, you can hear him working. That gets blocked every so often, and this is just for the cooldown purposes, basically. Let them do their thing, whatnot. But down here we have sorting, and this actually has full item sorting. So one of these is for poppies, one of them is for iron. To show you, so we have a clock that, well, a comparator-based clock. Over here, and we have a water stream over that way that goes to the storage and actually goes up and over and goes to where I showed you. And here's where all the poppies end up. I'm going to fill up this entire double chest, and then it's going to shoot over here. This chopper is literally going into lava, so there is that. And it is the whole hopper, or not hopper, the whole comparator timer thing. And I did it this way because we needed to have the block here. Because otherwise, if I left it there and they dropped into the lava, for one, they're alive for a longer time. But they also still have a slight chance to pop out onto the redstone. Which granted, they despawn, but then we could have a lot of items despawning. Or not despawning. A lot of items sitting there because as they get shot out, it's basically resetting the despawn timer for them. But we have this, and that all goes over there. And yes, I'm very happy. I no longer have to worry about iron anymore because of this. I also never have to worry about red dye. But what we're going to do today is remove this thing. Yes. We're going to remove the fishing hut that I've had for ages because, well, I don't really need it anymore. If I need it, I'll build it again, but it's also kind of in the way. It was nice where it was, but since we started building it out and whatnot, this is kind of in the way. In the way now, at least. So I'm going to tear this down, and then we'll may move it somewhere else. We'll see. Alright, so I tore down the structure, and now we basically just have the storage, which I think is empty, maybe? Yes. The storage, which is empty, thankfully. And the actual fisher thing itself, very simple. You guys probably seen this a million times and how to do it, but there it is. Let's grab that. We just lost that fence post. Actually, let's take care of that right now, because we're gonna lose so much stuff if we don't. So back here is actually a disposal unit. Need to find. It's so stressful. I think under here. Yes. See, this one actually dropped it like that. Okay. That is done. We're gonna have this massive hole to take out, and we also, where are they? We have books down here still. Oh, we don't have that many books. We do still have books down here that I need to take care of. So that's gonna be a thing. Oh boy, I'm gonna finish mining all this out and cover the hole, and we'll go from there. All right, I know I had said I was gonna show you guys when it's fully done. Fully torn out, but I wanted to show you this. This is basically the very last bits, but this is why I'm tearing it out. So all that took care of this, and then there was this here. So like, here's the stairs. If I wanted, since I already had this landing here, if I wanted to just dig out and create another area down here to do stuff, I couldn't because that was right there in the way. I mean, I could dig out this way technically, but if I wanted to do anything more expansive, I couldn't. I do still have this hole, so if I wanted to, I could just make a glass column and do it down here and make that part of this floor. But otherwise, I couldn't. Trying to remember, I don't have an enchanting setup myself, do I? Kitty, do I have an enchanting setup? Says yes. Says yes. So I'm gonna find that, or I'll make one. I don't think I actually do. Oh, this is distressing. But we can do that down there now, and this is gonna be a mob trap. I'm thinking we do that actually. So I put a glass shaft down into the fishery, the fishing AFK fishing hole. We have an AFK, or not an AFK, an enchanting setup down there. We have like, we start making all this stuff, all of the stuff like that, stuff that isn't going to be in there because that's mostly storage and processing of goods, and then we'll just have this other area that does that. Maybe we can also find a mob spawner and make a or make an XP grinder. Possibly, potentially in the area? I don't know. I'll find out. Alright, as the sun sets on this beautiful Minecraft day, it's been a couple of days since I've recorded. I've covered over this. I've gone down here and I've cleared out a bit of room. So now we have some area to do stuff. I'm thinking like an enchanting table or an enchanting area and some sort of like we'll try and do some sort of XP thing here, maybe, possibly. Also have this area here, so we could really turn this into like a workshop area or just more stuff that I don't have up here. But what I've actually been working on is this. I've gone through, I've covered the floor. I've finished off this little, no, the one spot I can't get out of. Fine, we'll just cover this in. Give me some bricks. Nobody sees anything. Actually, that's completely covered anyways. I need a spruce log for right there. But I've gone and I've covered this. I've done the outside. This is done. I actually ran the line here for the overflow into a disposal unit down there. So that's all 100% now, which is great because carrots are already working on their second double chest. Wheat, not so much. Wheat's pretty slow. But everything else is pretty fast. And I've figured out where the return for the furnaces. Now what I'm actually doing is figuring out a way to automatically turn that thing on and off. We'll just use this as a way over. Also put in the stuff for the dispenser because it's just going to be an ice water trail. But I'm trying to figure out a way to turn this thing on and off whenever we send things over. I also need to run a line over for the items. I'm thinking an ice path as well, a water path, water ice path thing. Probably be the fastest to shoot them all to here so that they go. Which, I mean, I could pull a comparator signal off of this and then just wrap it around to a piston on this side. I mean, if this is automated, we really don't need the stairs, and I could actually move the stairs. Move the ladder somewhere else. We're kind of limited on space because directly below this, I ran into an issue. Actually, directly below here is the iron farm. Like, directly below here-ish is actually the timer, specifically. So that's so you can hear them. So that's a thing. So we have to work around that. Actually, I do like the idea of having a comparator signal come off of here. And then we could have it update an observer, I think. Like a comparator signal into a repeater, so it's a solid signal strength, into an observer that'll kick the thing over and have this go until this is empty, which will then send another signal, which will cue the observer to pop it. Because once you send a signal, because it's a double tick that's so fast that it ends up pushing out, leaving the block and pulling in. So we could do it that way, so then the second time it just pushes out the piston, grabs the block and pulls it in. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it on this side because we're going to need this other way for getting this stuff here. Alright, I'm going to do that and I'll be back. Okay, so I've done it. I've set the whole thing up, and I didn't do it how I just said I was going to. I just did a simple flip, like, extender, I guess. So I mean, like, I could have literally done... Wow, I'm dumb. I really actually could have done just repeater, redstone line, another repeater, redstone line. Because it's basically what I did. I just have torches in the middle. Would have been the easy way. Chat, sometimes I feel dumb. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, how far is signal strength? 15? Yeah. So that actually... I really am dumb. We didn't need any of this. Or... I wouldn't say we didn't need any of it, but... we didn't need all of that. Yeah, this place also gets really loud. Because everything's automated. So that's actually fully functioning. We can walk around it. We don't need all of this here. And we kept our stairs, or our ladder in case we ever need to come in here to do something. We are currently, or we do need to do the whole thing with things getting into the system. So wherever this is, we're going to shoot across and have a chest that we put things in, and then the hopper, or I think I was going to do a hopper line and a water line. So we'll just do like a glass tube at this point that comes here, and then everything just sits on top of the hopper. So I guess that... Wow, I'm making things so much more complicated than they need to be, don't I? I can also leave that line there too. Well, no, because then it would be obsolete. So we'll remove that and just make this place a floating chest. We'll just decorate this place, I guess. I don't know. We'll find a new use for this thing. Maybe we'll have a villager or two trapped inside there, or we'll put bees in there. Make a little apiary or greenhouse. We'll see. But I think that's gonna call it for me today. We've gotten a lot of work done. A lot of like little mindless things, like running trash lines, removing things, running product lines, places. Like it's so nice to have this, you know, that the disposal there. This line will be, for the furnace here, will be up and running very soon. And actually, I think the input chest is going to end up being like right here. Just thinking, because the down is right about there, maybe there, and then it's like here. Yeah, so these are going to be literally like right next to each other. That's awesome. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. If you liked the video, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.